All right, lads, Imperial Bodybuilding here. We have some absolute massive news coming from the Italy Pro. You were looking at Urs Kalecinski on his pro debut, and I have to say, I was wrong. I didn't think that he could make the transition and put the size on for the Open. But how the 20 to 30 pounds of muscle translate onto the stage, he looks absolutely insane. He's added size in all the right places, from the lats to the arms. I'm really impressed. Really impressed. The conditioning, the maturity, he's put so much mass on. Look at that chest. The only place that I can criticize him, look at the back, look at the bottom half of his body. The striations, the feathering and the glutes. Yes, he needs to stop shaking, and yes, he could add more size to the back, but I think he's added size. He looks slightly washed out in the lat spread. This was a big issue for him, but look, the top three at this show, none of them had good backs. So for me, he's the best of a bad bunch when it comes to the backs. But look, all of the qualities that he's kept from the classic division, he's translated over. Take a bow, Urs Kalecinski. Now, secondly, we look at Sergio Oliva. I think this is a very good package, a respectable package from Sergio. He looks granity, looks mature. He looks slightly washed out in the abs, but look, very, very good showing from Sergio. He looks huge in the arms, and he has lacked in the fullness, but I don't think that was an issue here. I think him and Stefan have really nailed his conditioning. Let's see him from the back. Yeah, he's okay. He's got good width, but again, he looks slightly washed out. Lads, I don't know why the IFBB just don't have a black background for every single show. I understand that you have to have sponsors, but it ruins the competitor's look. It takes away from the detail, especially in the darker athletes. Good showing from Sergio. I think he looks very mature from the bottom, good lines, good detail, great in the arms. This is a very good showing, and in the face, he's looking more, the more he ages, he looks more and more like his dad. Let's see the victory pose, Sergio. We didn't see the victory pose. Looking at Quinn Beastwood, I think he's got the best shape, hands down. And as he poses more, as you'll see in the transitions and the comparisons in the seconds, he gets harder. The more he poses and the more water that he loses up top, he gets harder. He's definitely improved the conditioning. As you can see here from the glutes, the lines in the quads are great. But from upstairs, as you can see from the abdominals and from the midsection, he is slightly watery. But as he poses, he does get better. Do I see him winning the show? He's got to come in tighter at finals. He has to come in tighter at finals, but he does have a good chance. Again, from the back, I just think it's crappy lighting because he's usually very good from the back. But look at the glutes. If you compare him from the Tampa, he's definitely improved his tightness on the glutes. So working with Samson has, I think this is probably his best showing that we've seen. His overall structure is flawless. I think for a big man of 6 foot, 6'1", he does well. So let's get into the transition. And my eye straight away in the front relaxed, the drawn to Urs. His confidence, how he's posing. Look at the vacuum. This is what I'm talking about when I say that he's taken his classic attributes into the Open. Again, as you can see, the more Quint poses, I think the harder that he gets. In the quads, I think Urs Kalecinski is world class from the front and from the side. Very mature, very dense. Look at the striations on his glutes and the sweep and just the detail and maturity on Urs Kalecinski's bottom half. From the back, Urs needs to improve. But look, you tell me any of these other than Amir on the far right, who is shredded from the back. They look very, very soft. And I don't know if this is the lighting, but look, lads, Urs has a very, very good chance of winning this. The abs and thighs, I think it's between Quinn Beastwood and Urs. Both rock solid, but again, if you look at the quads, I can't look past Urs Kalecinski. Guys, you have to take your hat off to Urs Kalecinski, whether you're a fan or you're not. And I wasn't a fan before, but he hasn't given up any size. He looks like he's been competing in this division for years. Well done, Urs Kalecinski. So we are back for the finals, and this is a historic day, not just for Urs Kalecinski, but for bodybuilding in general. The fact that Urs Kalecinski now has won his pro show on his open debut, lads, this is redefining, because not only has as a classic bodybuilder came straight into the open and won, but this now sets the precedent for other classic physique competitors to not only come in to the open, but also to win. I was shocked, and to be honest, I wasn't expecting it. I don't think you was expecting it. Look at Sergio's face. Sergio looks like he's going to cry. Imagine being a seasoned veteran and a classic guy comes to the open division and makes you look like a rookie. This is absolutely insane, and I'm actually speechless. Urs Kalecinski has shocked the bodybuilding world. This wasn't a poor lineup. You've got Sergio Oliva Jr., who's been a seasoned veteran for 10 years. Quinn Beastwood, the next big thing. Mark Hector, who's an absolute behemoth. Yes, social media might have had a clause to play, but I still think this is an amazing feat. Let me know what you think, lads. Is this a deserved victory for Urs Kalecinski? Did he deserve to win? Was he better than Quinn Beastwood? I thought Quint looked better the more he posed. But look, you can't take it away from Urs Kalecinski. This is a massive redefining day for bodybuilding. Congratulations, Urs Kalecinski. You looked absolutely incredible. Let me know your thoughts, lads. And now that he's qualified for the Olympia, where can he place? Is a top 10 finish on the cards? And to round the show off, lads, we have your winner of the Florida Pro, of course, Logan Franklin. It was a very weak lineup, but I think Logan, he looks absolutely superb. This is the embodiment, the epitome of what classic should be. Now, I do think that classic physique, you might agree with me, you might not. I think that classic physique favours the taller athlete. I just think he looks more athletic, balanced, and just more awe-inspiring, because let's be honest, the classic physique division, it's an embodiment of what Arnold Schwarzenegger should be, or was, sorry. But if we look at Logan, even from the back, like, how does he lack? Yes, he could have a little bit more detail on the back, but from the downstairs, the feathering on the glutes, the quad sweep, the conditioning, the density, the maturity, I think this guy is the embodiment of classic physique. But let me know what you think. How good is Logan Franklin? I know a lot of you are saying that he's too small, but I don't think so. Yeah, he could do a little bit more width on the back, but his posing, I think this man understands what classic physique is. And one final question for you, lads. Now that he's booked his ticket for the Olympia, where does he finish? I mean, you've got the likes of Jordan Hutchinson, who was an absolute behemoth. You've got Joe Palacios, who's not even qualified. Yet Urs comes in and wins his pro show. I feel sorry for the likes of Quinn Beastwood. He's done 3 or 4 big shows now, and he hasn't won one of them. And then a classic guy comes in. Did you see Sergio's face? Sergio's face looked like a smacked arse. The fact that a classic guy can come from nowhere and win an open show, I'm absolutely amazed. Let me know your thoughts, lads. Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. We are 5 weeks away to probably one of the most electrifying Olympias of all time. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.